called ask. Now you people must be thinking कि ये ask क्या है और ये health से कैसे जुड़ा हुआ है. ये एक प्रश्न आपकी मन में जरूर आता होगा. तो जैसे जैसे हम लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे, we will be able to tell you and you will be able to understand what ask is. Ask is nothing but an idea. It's an idea that's going to revolutionize the concept of health and disease. This is for sure. Fine. All of you must be knowing that we all are living in a information era. What is this information era? Information era is that means आज के दौर पे चारों तरफ से हमारे ऊपर जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन की बॉम्बार्डमेंट हो रही है, like we are being bombarded with informations all of the 24 hours into 24 into 7 into 365. अगर if I am going to tell you one thing, that do you know the amount of you can say that information you are receiving per day? Per day, we all are receiving at the rate of around 34 gigabyte of information every day, with I think it is 30 to around 30,000 to 40,000 bytes per minute. But unfortunately, our brain, our conscious brain, it processes only at the rate of 14 to 16 bytes per minute. Can you now believe it? क्या आप बिलीव कर सकते हैं कि हमारे दिमाग में हमारा जो ब्रेन है उसका कैपेबिलिटी इतना कम है और हमारे पास इंफॉर्मेशन इतना ज्यादा है, तो हम करें क्या? और इस इंफॉर्मेशन की बॉम्बार्डमेंट में से ओवर इंफॉर्मेशन में से हमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स तो होती ही है, और उस प्रॉब्लम्स को कैसे दूर करेंगे इसके बारे में आज हम बात करेंगे. सो क्या चीज है हम हाउ वी आर गेटिंग ओवर informed. See, as per today, this social networking, artificial intelligence, and what do you say, this robotic technology, genetic engineering, आप बोल सकते हो, या फिर आप बोल सकते हो personalized medicine, nano technology, आप किसी के भी बारे में बात करो. These are we are changing. These are changing our way of thinking. They are changing our behavior. These things are changing the way we live. Now, with this, so many things are coming and they are trying to change. And if you are not, if you see, look into the last 2 years, हम last 2 साल के बारे में बात करेंगे, तो हमें पता चलेगा कि दुनिया किस रफ्तार से चेंज हो रही है. How fast and how quickly the world is changing. 2019 में पैंडेमिक के बाद हमारे सबकी सोच ही बदल गई. अगर हम आपके साथ यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं तो it is because of those type of changes, and it made me to think, let me come to you people, in fact, instead of you coming to me. So this is what is the change. We are changing so fast. So हम करें तो करें क्या? Now प्रश्न उठता है कि करें तो करें क्या? So the thing is that we have to somewhere rethink. Think and rethink. हमें सोचना पड़ेगा, दोबारा सोचना पड़ेगा. We have to rethink about our health and well-being, about the diseases and the problems, the sufferings which we are having. My recent slogan is that do not die of your diseases. Learn, ask to learn about your health so that you can manage, you can think of a newer way to live longer, to live better. That is what is ask. So then we will move on a little bit. Then we will say, when we have to rethink, we have to think about 3 things. We have to think about how we will promote our own health and the health in our society around us, how to prevent diseases for us and for people around us, and how to reverse diseases. Is it a myth? No, we'll come in some other day. I will discuss about reversal. Health promotion health, you can say prevention, reversal are and second thing, third, the last one is the preservation. Preservation of health is very important because that's where the role of your education comes, and that's where your role of your knowledge comes. And that is how Ask is going to help us. I will tell one thing to all of you, that we should not expect technology. We are now full of technological, all the technological advances are going on throughout the world. सारा दुनिया में it's revolutionized हो गया है because of technology, and we expect कि technology will change our lives, change our health one day. It will keep us safe. Is it true? Is the technology is going to change the way we are living, or it's going to do something bigger than what we have inside? No. The fundamental changes comes from not from the technology. The fundamental changes comes from an idea. The fundamental change comes from an idea, and I always say that it is not from a gadgets, it is from an idea. And that's what I am today talking to all of you. Fine. So now what should we do? So the power to use technology wisely comes from an idea. So also the fundamentals of maintaining health and needs an idea which will make people to think differently. That is what is the catch point. It will make us to think differently about our health, our wealth, our family, our business, our work, everything we talk about. Everything we talk about, it comes only by that. So friends, so Ask is an idea. It is nothing but an idea. It is an idea that health can be perceived differently. It is not the classical health we look about. When you, at least as far as my knowledge goes in my 30 years of experience, that people think that once we are in, we're diseased or we have a problem, coming out from that is health. So Ask is an idea that health can be perceived differently. Again, I'm telling you, it is an idea that health is not the absence of disease. People think health, if I don't have a disease, I am healthy. No, it is an idea that health is not an absence of disease, but an ability to enjoy life in the face of it. How we are going to enjoy this human body. That is what health is. It is an idea that health is an instrument to change our circumstances. Ask is an idea which will tell you that that it can change our circumstances. So it is an idea that health is not something we get it like this without doing anything every day. So it is an idea which will tell us that if we want good health, then we have to work for it on a everyday basis. This is what I call is an idea. So it is how we change our things. So these ideas are going to revolutionize the way to unlock our potential power inside us. So today we will be discussing little by little. Fine. So the science of, I always say, the science of health is the science of life. Everybody tells like this. The science of health is science of life. Is it true? Yes, I mean, almost everybody will tell it is true. Fine. But the science of life is not the science at all. But the science of life, I told you, science of health is our science of life. But science of life is not at all a science. It is a art. The science of life is a art. So we have to learn the art of living, art of the healthier being. How we can manage this? So it is a marriage of art and science which is going to keep us healthy for a longer period of time. And it is not an impossible job. It is not at all an impossible job. It is a wonderful thing. And if we understand, because we always look for science, medical science and Ayurvedic science, and this and that, but we are forgetting the art behind keeping ourselves healthy. And that's where the basic things comes. So I always say that we have to learn the art. So asking is how the life works. Asking is how the life works. And if you don't ask for what, that is one saying, that if you don't ask for what you will never get it. You will never get it. If you don't ask health, you will never get health. This is sure. And how many of you are asking health? How many of you are ready to spend something, your time, your money, your mindset, or anything for your health? You ask this question today to yourself and try to understand what I'm talking about. Fine. And the biggest thing of ask is that ask, and there is a quote in, I think this is Bible, ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. And in Bhagavad Gita also, if you look at the things, Lord Krishna was always telling Arjuna to ask questions. He was asking, you ask till you are satisfied. And Arjuna, in this whole Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna only asked questions. And because of that asking, he came up with his own problem, and he could fight, he could stand. And today, if we see everything, if we see all of the Bhagavad Gita, it's the question, it's the asking. So I always say, asking is the beginning of receiving. Asking is the beginning of receiving. Fine. And it is the first step. It's the first step to enter the unexpected, unexplored world of health. The moment you start asking about your own health, you will be getting a lot of ways out of it. And that's what is needed. How many of you are asking help? So honestly, ask from your heart. Honestly. I've been watching people since last 31 years of my career as a surgeon. And I always see the people suffering. And whenever I ask them what you did and did you ever thought of these things, they used to tell, no sir, I was all right, I was healthy. But these people never had asked for help. So disease came. So I told you, if we don't ask for the things which we won't get it, and we'll get something different, which we don't want. And there is the catch point. So let us start asking help. Fine. And I always say, asking is the seed. Asking is the seed which once planted will sprout into life. Asking is the seed. And that is for when we start asking, it is a seed we plant in our mind and in our body, you can say, and it will sprout. It will give us health. When it will grow, it will give us health. So, don't you think it is so important? क्या आप नहीं लगता है कि हम जब मांगते हैं कुछ चीजें, तो ये हमें बहुत सारे रास्ता नया दिखाता है? और इसी का जो शुरुआत है, ये मैं लोगों के दिमाग में जानना चाहता हूं आप सबके, क्योंकि मैंने मांगा तो मुझे मिला। 2011 को जब मुझे प्रॉब्लम हुई थी, तो 15 दिन मैंने सोचा था कि क्या कर रहा हूं जो मुझसे प्रॉब्लम हुआ और क्या मैं करूं। एंड आई स्टार्टेड आस्किंग क्वेश्चन टू माई सेल्फ। एंड 15 दिन 15 डेज कंटिन्यूअसली मैंने अपने आप से प्रश्न पूछा था, और उस प्रश्न का जब उत्तर हम ढूंढने निकले, तो मुझे स्वास्थ्य वापस मिला। तो यही चीज हम बताना चाहेंगे सबको, दैट start asking questions to yourself, start asking for health, start looking for good and a healthy body and mind. This is the basic thing. Fine. Never be afraid to ask questions. And I always say, and whenever I look at, whenever I read Bhagavad Gita and I look at Arjuna's questions, I always think, am I asking the question to myself? And am I getting the answer? Because somehow you get a question answer from, even if it is not from from you, you get answer from others. That is the charm of fine. So it is the right questions. Asking a right question is the fundamental rule, or the fundamental, you can say the secret, you can say, for getting a good health. So there are certain rules for asking that you must not be knowing it. And first point, or first rule of asking is that you should be curious enough. Without a curiosity coming into your mind, you can never ask good questions. Sorry. So I always say, stay curious. Think, how can I maintain? Just ask the question, how can I maintain a good health? If I have some problems, if I want to come out from that, so that curiosity will take you towards your answer. Fine. So there's the first step towards asking a good question. The next step is be open-minded. जब आप प्रश्न पूछते हो अपने आप से, जब प्रश्न पूछते हो किसे, तो अपना जो अंदर का जो बिलीफ सिस्टम है ना, उसे भूल जाओ, उसको सुला दो. Just kill your belief, or overcome a belief system. Be open-minded, ready to accept yourself. Be ready to accept the question or the answer you are going to get. Because many of the times we ask, we get good answers, but we refuse to accept them. हम उसे एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते हैं, क्योंकि हमारा अंदर का जो बिलीफ सिस्टम है, जो इतने सालों से हम लोग बना चुके हैं, वो हमें हमारा वो आंसर को एक्सेप्ट करने नहीं देता है. So I always say the first step is be curious. The second step is be open-minded. Then third is very important. And once you get an answer, engage yourself. Be engaged so that you care, so that you understood, so that you want to apply it on your body. Be connected to yourself. Fine? And once you do that, you will be able to do a lot of good things. A lot of good things means you will start experiencing a lot of difference in your body and mind. And once you experience this body and mind, I think that will take you to a different stage. I always say that this keeping engagement, or I can say this application of those first two steps is the third step, and it is most important. अपने आप को उस चीजों का अपने ऊपर प्रयोग करना और अपने आप को एंगेज कर रखना उस चीज में. एंड चौथा स्टेप है जो इसमें हम बोलते हैं टू आस्क ए क्वेश्चन, बिकॉज ये सब चीजें हम लोग नॉर्मली डिस्कस नहीं करते हैं, डॉक्टर्स तो डिस्कस करते ही नहीं है हम लोग. आज बिकॉज मेरा जो 30 साल की जो तजुर्बा है लोगों को तकलीफ में देखते हुए, और अनफॉर्चुनेटली बोलो या फॉर्चुनेटली बोलो, हम लोगों को तकलीफ से दूर निकालने में मदद करते हैं. बट मुझे लगता है कि मेरा एक और रोल है कि आप सबको बीमार नहीं होने के लिए रास्ता दिखाऊं. हो सकता है कि ये मेरे प्रोफेशन से अलग है, लेकिन ये भी मेरा कर्तव्य है, और यही है मेरी हिपोक्रेटिस ओथ. फाइन. तो द फोर्थ स्टेप is more important than all of the three. That is called dig deeper. Dig deeper. आप और अंदर जाओ. अगर एक बार आपको कुछ चीजें मिलता है, कुछ रास्ता मिलता है, तो और भी अंदर जाओ. Now think that आपका हेल्थ अच्छा जा रहा है. नहीं, सच नहीं है. बिकॉज हम बदलते रहते हैं, हमारे शरीर पर इफेक्ट आते रहते हैं. अगर हम उसके लिए कुछ नहीं अंदर समझने की कोशिश नहीं करते हैं, वी डोंट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन इनसाइड, एंड हम उस नॉलेज को नहीं लेते हैं, तो शायद ये नहीं होगा. फाइन. सो फोकस ऑन लर्निंग रेदर देन जजिंग. हम अपने आप को जज करते हैं. अगर हम सोचते हैं मैं ठीक हूं, मैं आई एम ऑल राइट, ये हमने जज किया, बट इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी, नॉट राइट. जजिंग इज जजमेंट देना अपने बारे में या दूसरों के बारे में is not good, not right. So it is not the judgment, it is that start learning rather than giving judgment to yourself. Fine. So start asking question about yourself. That is what ask is. Fine. So ask a question like what is essential for happiness. Ask yourself what I should do, take what type of food I should take to keep myself healthy. Ask what are the things what are the methods I should adopt to reduce my stress. See, when you ask, you will get a question answer. Fine. Agar, I always say, if you don't ask question to yourself, who will ask for you? And if you are not asking, then who will ask question for you? And why you are not going to ask the question? Why not you, the person who is asking the question to you? And अगर पूछना ही है, तो अब क्यों नहीं पूछे? Why not now? Fine. So ask the simple question to yourself and get the right answer. I always say get the right answer for this. I came across a lady called Amanda Palmer. आप लोग नेट में सर्च कर सकते हैं. And she was the first one. She was a musician. She is a musician, you can say now, and a great musician. She has her millions of उसका albums सारा दुनिया में बिकती रहती है. तो उन्होंने जब अपना कैरियर चालू किया था, तो she never used to do anything. She used to just stand somewhere and used to ask help from people, and help came to her from multiple places. And she became what she is today is because she started asking help from people. And if I am going to, if I talk to myself about my life, whatever I am today is because I always ask question to myself, thousands of questions to myself. Whenever I don't have any person or I'm lonely, I start asking question to myself. And every time I ask question, I'm very much nearer to my answers. And you also can do it. And you must have seen, the moment you ask a question, you get your answers. By hook and crook, by somewhere from some person or some book or some videos or something, you start getting your answers. And इसमें मैं एक स्टोरी बताऊंगा आपको कि एक a child was playing. He was trying to lift a big rock. And every time he was lifting a rock, he was failing. वो बार-बार फेल हो रहा था. उसके जो पिताजी थे, he was standing just उसके पास में खड़े थे. And he was looking for that. So लड़का बार-बार असफल हो रहा था. तो कुछ समय के बाद the father went to the child and asked, son, did you give all the effort to lift that rock? The child told, yes, Papa. I have been doing it and I've given all of my effort to lift that rock. Fine. So his father laughed. He told, no, you have not put all the efforts. Because I was standing there, you didn't ask me to help you. You didn't ask me to help you. And this is what is that. That is also an effort. Fine. And I always say, whenever you are asking something, ask explicitly for it, state it, and whenever you are asking, you mean it. You think that you mean it. आप उसे सचमुच में मांग रहे हो, and put into action. जब आप चीजें को, when you start receiving the things, put into the action, and whenever you get the benefit, share the learning with all. Fine. And I'll quote one paragraph from Bhagavad Gita that I will read it for you. And it is Sri Krishna is talking about this. There are those who always think of me and engage in exclusively devoting devotions to me, to them whose mind are always absorbed in me and ask for me. I provide what they lack and preserve what they possess. See, it is our scripture has already written all these things, but it is because nobody has told us that health is also a part of it. It is not only success in life or anything else. It is a health. When you ask for it, it will be given to you. Do not, I always tell my friends also, to my family, my son also, If we do not know how to ask, we always go to an ocean where everything is like ocean of getting the things. We always go to an ocean with 1 or 2 teaspoon to get some water. Who has stopped you from taking a bucket? At least go with a bucket. Go with a bucket. आप समुद्र में जाते हो, 2 चम्मच लेके जाते हो पानी लेने. आपको मना कौन किया है कि आपको एक एटलीस्ट एक बाल्टी लेके जाओ और वो पानी को लेके आओ? उसे ही हम मांगते हैं तो छोटी-छोटी चीजें मांगते हैं. हम मांगना जानते ही नहीं है. फाइन. एंड दैट्स वेयर आई ऑलवेज से दैट अगर हम फेल होते हैं, अगर हम लाइक इफ आई एम सक्सेसफुल अलोन एंड इट्स ओके, इफ आई फेल्ड अलोन it's not okay, because I have not utilized all of my knowledge. I didn't utilize all of my knowledge for this, for doing that work. So when I failed alone, it is not pardonable, because if I couldn't do it. उसको बोलते हैं 15 minutes rule. एक rule है that I'm telling you. If you are passing through a stage of a situation where you are not able to do it, you are not able to solve the problem, you think for 15 minutes. You just take on whatever knowledge you have got. You start thinking, asking questions, read and everything from your sources. If you are not able to solve that problem within 15 minutes, start asking for help. Start asking for help. And the moment you ask, you will be somewhere, someone will come and it will help you show the right path. It's because we don't do it, and I see it my patients also. वो confused रहते हैं. And second thing of asking is, you should know where you are, to whom you are asking, where you are looking for the answer, who are the right person. And most of the people, they ask a right question to a wrong people, a wrong question to a right people. And in case of diseases, अगर हम आज बीमारियों को बढ़ते हुए लोगों को हमारे पास आते हैं, इज बिकॉज जिंदगी भर उन लोगों ने अपना स्वास्थ्य के बारे में हो गया, अपने खाने पीने के बारे में, वो गलत लोगों से पूछते हैं और गलत आंसर मिलता है और गलत आंसर को अपनाते हैं. अगर वो सेम चीज वो सही जगह पे पूछते, सही आंसर को अपने मिलता उनको और उसको अपने पर अप्लाई करते, तो शायद वो स्वस्थ रहते. और उसी का जो खोज है, हम बोल सकते हैं कि लास्ट 10 साल से हम इस खोज पे है कि कैसे हम लोगों के पास पहुंचे. क्योंकि आज के दिन में अगर देखा जाए तो सब कोई हेल्थ के बारे में बात करते हैं. और 90% पीपल, दे डू नॉट हैव अ बेसिक बैकग्राउंड अबाउट द ह्यूमन बॉडी एंड माइंड. एंड वहां पर प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है कि somebody is talking about nutrition, he is talking about nutrition only. Somebody is talking about exercise, he is talking about exercise only. पर मैं डॉक्टर के साथ जानता हूँ कि ह्यूमन फिजियोलॉजी के बारे में, कि आपके शरीर में क्या होता है, आपको क्या क्या जरूरत है. कोई एक चीज आपको स्वस्थ नहीं रख सकता है. यू हैव टू हॉलिस्टिकली मैनेज योरसेल्फ, और उसके लिए आपको सीखना पड़ेगा. एंड यू हैव टू लर्न, सीखना पड़ेगा. जैसे आप अपने सक्सेस, अपने करियर में आगे बढ़ने के लिए बहुत सारी चीजें सीखते हैं, बहुत सारे पढ़ाई करते हैं, उसी तरह अपने आप को एक हेल्थ की एक लिमिट, एक हाइट तक ले जाने के लिए आपको भी सीखना पड़ेगा. लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली देयर आर नो वन हु इज गोइंग टू टीच यू पीपल. एंड दैट्स द रीजन आई थिंक 8-10 साल पहले से मैं जो शुरू किया था इस जर्नी को, केयर फॉर योर हेल्थ, और ये उसका पहला चरण था मेरा ये किताब, केयर फॉर योर हेल्थ किताब जो था, इसका ये एक मुझे ब्रेक दिया कि लोगों के पास पहुंचने के लिए. और ये जो कोर्सेस, परफेक्ट हेल्थ सीक्रेट्स, ब्लूप्रिंट फॉर लिविंग हेल्दी, आस्क, दिस टाइप ऑफ प्रोग्राम, क्यों आस्क का ये आज पहला कड़ी है. हम अगले कड़ी में डिस्कस करेंगे कि आस्क स्टैंड्स फॉर व्हाट. आज हमने सीखा आस्किंग क्यों जरूरत है. हम अगले बार सोचेंगे आस्क का फुल फॉर्म क्या है. दिस इज A and S and K. ये 3 शब्द को ऊपर हम अगले एपिसोड में, अगले सैटरडे, विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट दीज 3 थिंग्स. एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू अटेंड again. I think next Saturday we will be doing it at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock we will be starting the program, and we'll discuss about A, S and K. How these 3 things will revolutionize our health and our look towards a better way of living a life. Thank you very much. आप लोग साथ हैं, सुने, इसलिए आई एम वेरी हैप्पी एंड आई थिंक दिस थिंग will ignite people's mind. Now start asking for help. Go to a person, go to a doctor and ask him, sir, tell me how I'm going to lead a healthy life. Go to a professional. Okay. So once you get a good answer, try to apply on your body and get the result. And if you're not getting the result for a longer period of time, think there is something wrong in it. Let me change it, because if something is not working, let us do something else. अगर ये एक चीज काम नहीं कर रहा है तो शायद ये मेरे लिए नहीं है, मैं कुछ और सीखना चाहूंगा और कुछ करना चाहूंगा. तो इस तरह से कुछ समय के बाद हम वही चीज हमको पता चल जाएगी हमारे शरीर को क्या चाहिए, क्योंकि हर चीज सबके लिए समान नहीं होता है. कोई भी एक्सरसाइज अगर मेरे लिए अच्छा है तो आपके लिए अच्छा नहीं भी हो सकता है. कोई खाना मेरे लिए अच्छा हो सकता है तो आपके लिए अच्छा नहीं भी हो सकता है. सो आई ऑलवेज से स्टार्ट लर्निंग, एंड दिस इज ए रिवोल्यूशन, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू ब्रिंग ए रिवोल्यूशन इन द industry of health industry. I'm not talking about the hospitals and the medical system or any paths. I'm talking about health, means swasthya, how a person from birth to death will lead a healthy life complete free from diseases. That's my aim, and I think one day will come when people will join me, then we will be able to give justice. Thank you very much and good night.